Before going in, I told the guys to hold on, wait till you get my signal, and that's the plan. Wait for me to flush them out. Make sure no one wonders why. I walk in. It's like a whole other world. Walls are exploding with graffiti. The place stinks. 2 bulbs burn out. Some old dudes sleep beside the corner. And our friend's legs I spot. Patiently, sitting in the stall, waiting, and not a care in this world. I slip into the booth next to his. I start fumbling with my belt. This, that, and like clockwork. This guy's hand comes underneath my partition. His signal. Pink fingers wiggling up at me, imploring. I notice this gold band on his finger just catching the light. And then I put my open palm into his, and 2 minutes later we're standing by these mirrors. Big pieces of stainless steel, really. Standing and sizing each other up. Small talk. Name's Chet, he says. I don't even stop to think this through. As he comes in, I let his lips playing across my cheek. I let his tongue run along my teeth, and a free hand, tracing down my fly. But I just smile. I just smile at him and lick his chin for a second, for a single second. I can see his shoulders relax a bit. And then I whistle. I let out a whistle that sends him stumbling back, hands waving in the air as David, come into the room. He looks at him and comes back down from his fantasies, long enough to touch back down on earth, a flicker in his eye, realizing no good can come from this. And he starts babbling. This Chet guy, probably some VP at a bank in Park Avenue, and he's babbling and wetting himself like an infant. I don't remember this exactly, but I think he got on his knees, down on his knees, and the pleading and the begging. My first shot catches him under the cheek, just under the eye, as he slams it to the sink. With all of us hitting, tearing at him, it's really hard to get a good, clean punch, but I know I connect a few times. I feel the head, the back of it, salting as we go. But I just move on, pick up, find another spot. Tim's kicking him long after he's blacked out. Finally, we start to relax a bit, looking at what we've done. We're exhausted, spent. This man's not moving. May never move again, and we know it's time to leave. Believe this? Dude in the corner sleeps through it all. Just before we leave, Tim takes a little run at it. Just leans back, smashing his foot against the bridge of this man's nose, and I can see it go. Just pick up and move to the other side of his face. Wow. And then, it's silence. Not a sound. For the first time, we look over at David, Tim and me. Really look at him. Tim and myself, that's one thing, unspoken, our bond. We don't really know David. Don't really know him. What's he thinking? And then, as to answer us through revelation, David grabs his nearest trash can, this big wire mesh thing, raises above his head, and he whispers, I'll never forget that. Just that. Puts the can on this guy's spine, who sort of shudders a bit, expelling some air, and the boom! Right on his back. While I'm leaning down, pulling the ring off this man's pinky. Oh, I told you I noticed it. And then, I still can't believe this. Tim does the most amazing thing. Like, this will go down in the record there, with all of us over this guy. Tim starts to offer a short eulogy. I mean, I'm getting delirious. This is sort of like surreal. Halfway through, Tim's praying along. Start giggling. Like schoolboys, howling, tears running down. We can't get our breath. We find it all so funny. And that's how we slip out one by one. plaza in the dark, whooping it up like Indians, war cry, woo! Running along with just a trace of the moonlight dancing off the pond as